What's going on, guys? It's Jeff, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Tropic Eden Aragonite sand that's available at PremiumAquatics.com. What's going on, guys? It's Jeff, and I'm back with another video. And if you're new to this video thing that we're doing here at PremiumAquatics.com, what we're doing is we're taking a look at products each and every week to help you guys make an informed decision whether or not that product is right for you and your reef tank. So if you want to stay up to date on everything that we're doing here, please make sure you hit the subscribe button or sign up for our email newsletter so you can stay up to date every time that we upload a new video. After taking a look at this product, one thing that I noticed right off the bat is how bright this sand is and how clean it is. I would still recommend that you rinse the dry product before adding it to your aquarium, but there isn't a lot of dust in this product and there isn't a huge amount of debris. So Tropic Eden does offer a large array of different grain sizes, and for those of you that are new to the hobby, the grain size really kind of correlates with what you're trying to achieve in your tank. And if you want to just make it easy on yourself, go middle of the road and find that middle size grain that is going to probably be the best bet for you. A sugar fine grain sand is really best suited for a deep sand bed, anything that's 6 inches to 8 inches. And also a helpful tip, if your tank has extreme flow in it and it's really one of those SPS tanks that are just blowing sand around and you create those bare spots in the bottom of your tank, it's actually more beneficial to go with a larger grain sand to fill in that bare spot, and it's going to be less likely to blow around in your tank. So let's jump into taking a look at the grain sizes that are available in the Tropic Eden Aragonite sand line. So here we have our 6 Tropic Eden sands that we're going to be looking at in today's video. And starting in the upper left hand corner, we have the Tonga Reef Flakes, which is the 5.5 millimeter. In the middle of the top row, we have the Tonga Reef Flakes, which is the same variant as the far left, and that is the 3.5 millimeter size grain. And to the far right, we have the Tonga Miso Flakes, which is a 2.7 millimeter sized grain. Down in the bottom left hand corner, we have the Tonga Mini Flakes, which is a 2.0 millimeter size grain. In the middle is the Tonga Special Pink, which doesn't have a size on the package but is very similar in size to the Tonga Mini Flakes to the left. And in the bottom right hand corner, we have the Deep Sea Araga Snow, which is a sugar sized grain. So to take a look at these sands a little bit deeper, we're first going to start off with the Tonga Reef Flakes, the 5.5 millimeter size grain. And this is a great size for filling in those spots that the power heads are just blowing the sand around. This is a very heavy grain that is going to stay in place and keep those bare spots from forming in your reef tank. Next up, we have the Tonga Reef Flakes 3.5 millimeter, and this is probably the most used sand in the Tropic Eden line, and it is often compared to the Miso line, which there isn't much grain size difference between this sand and then the next sand we're going to look at, but there is some variations in the coloration. The Reef Flakes is a darker colored sand as opposed to the Miso Flakes that we are going to be looking at right here. So the Tonga Miso Flakes is a little bit smaller in size, but more noticeably much lighter in coloration. But these two sands are often argued over which one is better, and in my opinion, I actually prefer the Reef Flakes. But looking at them in person, there is definitely some noticeable differences between the two of them. Next up on our Tropic Eden lineup is the Tonga Mini Flakes, and this sand comes in at a 2.0 millimeter size grain. Now this is probably the bottom of the pack as far as the larger grain sands that are available at Premium Aquatics, but it is definitely a lighter colored sand that looks absolutely very, very clean. And I think that this one would accompany some of the higher grain sands very well if you're going to start mixing the sands to get different variations within your sand bed. Next up, we have my absolute favorite, and that is the Tonga Special Pink. This is a small grain sand that is absolutely gorgeous. The package didn't state the size of this sand, but in comparison to the Tonga Mini Flakes, it is very similar in size. And I would go on a limb and say that this sand is probably a 2.0 millimeter.
If you were in the market for a small grain sand, I would strongly recommend the Tonga Special Pink by Tropic Eden. It is absolutely beautiful. Last but not least, we have the Tropic Eden Deep Sea Arraga Snow, and this is a sand that is sugar grain size. It is absolutely beautiful, and if you are looking to put together a deep sand bed, I would strongly take a look at the Tropic Eden Deep Sea Arraga Snow. It is absolutely beautiful. But as a word of caution, if you are going to have a high flow tank, I would recommend that you take a look at the bigger grain size sands that we've already looked at.
Alright guys, so to wrap this video up, Tropic Eden is probably one of the brightest and cleanest sands that I've ever seen in the hobby. And I've been doing this for 12 plus years. One thing that I definitely appreciate is the fact that they offer a huge array of different grain sizes, and most people, especially when I was doing research for this video, typically mix different grain sizes to create different variations of the sand. It definitely helps a tank to look more natural when you start mixing different grain sizes within the same aquarium, and it almost can create different areas of different kind of looks in the tank, especially in a larger tank, something like that. It's a 220 gallon. So if you want to take a look at the products that are featured in today's video, there are links down in the description. That's going to do it for today, guys. I want to thank you for joining me. If you want to stay up to date on our next video, please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell, and you can always sign up for the email newsletter, which is going to give you access to these videos as well as a bunch of great deals available on premiumaquatics.com. That's going to do it for today. I'll see you guys next time right here with a brand new video.